Bizdom U is an entrepreneurship accelerator that Dan Gilbert has launched in the city of Detroit with the assistance of the Kauffman Foundation and the New Economy Initiative, which are both efforts to help bolster Detroit's economy. And then I went around the country researching different programs. I visited entrepreneurship programs in Detroit, Cleveland, Denver, LA, New York, and really tried to take the best practices of all these different programs and package them into one, and that's how we got it. And what we really liked about the idea was the fact that it's a self-sustaining model. We want to be a nonprofit, but we don't want to live off of donations forever. We really want to live off of the proceeds that come from our entrepreneurs. So the idea is if we could get this thing to be self-sustaining and to launch more and more business in the city of Detroit, we'd really have something special. How it works is we take on 20 people a year into our program. They come in at no cost to them. We cover all the expenses. We cover the cost of the training. We provide a living stipend, books, materials, everything associated with the program. They come into our program and they're learning about entrepreneurship and they're connected up with resources that can help them launch a business. And while they're going through the program, they're developing a plan for a Detroit-based business. It needs to be headquartered in the city of Detroit. When they complete the program, they really have two things available to them. One, they can get funding for that plan, which can be up to $100,000. And then they also receive a percentage of ownership in that plan. To come into Bizdom, you don't have to be from Detroit. We're drawing people from all over the area. We draw people from Ann Arbor and Royal Oak and all different suburbs. But I think it's important that Detroit prosper. I think you have to have an urban core like Detroit that's prospering can only benefit the suburbs. Outside of Michigan, nobody makes distinction between Detroit and a Detroit suburb. We're all from Detroit. There's a whole different mindset here that I think people need to gravitate toward, and that is, I can't rely on people to provide me a job. I need to go out and create a job, and that's really what entrepreneurs do. They go create jobs, they create things, and like I said, there's opportunity in a situation like Detroit that's been struggling. There's business opportunity there and opportunity for the people. The fact that you can come into this program at no expense, take advantage of the training that we provide, the resources from Dan Gilbert's family of companies, all the support we get, and get funding for your plan, and get a percentage of ownership of the plan. It really is kind of a very unique opportunity. It's almost hard to believe, but that's just the way Dan is. Dan Gilbert is. He's a strong believer in the city of Detroit. He wants to play a major role in bringing it back, and so he's really making a significant contribution here. And sometimes that's hard to believe, but that's what it is, and that's what he's trying to do. So he's invested a lot of time, money, and energy into seeing this program be successful. We focus on businesses that we believe we can grow and without a lot of brick and mortar. We're not as interested in mom and pops. We're interested in businesses that leverage the internet, that leverage social media. So a couple of types of those businesses would be, we have a training company that is providing online training for insurance certification, both life insurance certification and property and casualty certification. They're starting out in the classroom, but they eventually want to take that to an online format. So that's one company. Another one is electronic medical records business, which focuses on dermatologists. There's a lot of electronic medical records businesses out there that service general practitioners and hospitals, but they don't service the niche provider of a dermatologist. And so this gentleman's got kind of a model. It's kind of like the Google Maps for the skin. You can go in and see things visually, and that's how dermatologists work. They work off a visual. They have a visual workflow. So he's put that business into play. We have another one. It's a software business that's going to help career schools get accredited. We have a couple of online retail businesses focusing on apparel. As a region, we really need to transform ourselves from a region that's been overly reliant on manufacturing to one that's rooted in innovation and entrepreneurship. And we really need to change the mindset with respect to that. And so we think Bizdom U is going to do that for the city of Detroit. We think Bizdom U is going to do that for the region. And it's just really kind of a matter of time. It's not if, but it's when. So we're really programmed to, we're rooted here in Detroit. We're located here in Detroit, but we're really a program to help the region in its entirety.
We launched PostEgram in April. On April 1st, we kind of moved into this facility, and we actually launched our product April 27th. So it's a relatively new business. In February of 2009, I was in the process of applying for Bizdom U, and I lost my job. So I lost my job of 17 years. I was an AutoCAD specialist, and my position just sort of became obsolete where I was working. So once that happened, it was really important to me to get into this program, and I saw it as an opportunity to reinvent myself. When I finally was accepted into Bizdom U, I was so excited. I started last fall. I was in the program for 4 months. I'm a Royal Oak resident, so the classes are in the Tucktown area of Detroit, which is just north of the Wayne State area, so it's really fast. Like, took me 15 minutes to get to classes every day. And now that I've gone through the program and been funded, I have office space in Tucktown, and I really like it. The area feels really new and vibrant. There's lots of young companies in the building that we're in, and it's nice to be located near a university, to a large university like Wayne State, and then also we're very close to the state of Michigan offices. They're just to our north. And also the Center for Creative Studies is right adjacent to where we're located too. So it feels young and vibrant, and we're really excited. The idea behind PostEgram is based on a real problem that I had. And that problem was that I had teenage children who like to use their cell phones to text, and who like to use some social networking to connect with their friends. And then I had parents who don't have computers, don't have internet. And then the other thing that I noticed for my mother-in-law in particular, because she has so many grandchildren that live out of state, was that she increasingly was being left out of the loop because of social networking. So PostEgram was crafted really to solve that problem between the tech shy and the tech savvy. The way PostEgram works is you log into our Facebook application, you tell us who you want to send a PostEgram to, you give us their name and their address, and then you go on and you see all the friends that you have that are like in your circle of friends on Facebook, and you start picking the ones that you think the person you're sending the PostEgram would be interested in. So let's just take the case of my mother-in-law. I created a PostEgram for her, and I included her 6 or 7 relatives that live out of state. So I added all those people to the newsletter. And then the next thing you do is you decide how often you want to send a PostEgram. Is it once a week? Is it twice a month? Is it once a month? The other cool thing about being a Bizdom U business is that 33% of the profits of our business will be used to help fund, future entrepreneurs.
We can train people to be great employees. That's one thing. It's good. You need people to fill jobs. But if you can train somebody to be a great entrepreneur, it's their creative powers that are so important. Entrepreneurs create jobs. They create commerce. They do that much more. So we thought, if we can do this in the city of Detroit, we will really accomplish something and really help the economy transition itself.